Early one December morning in 1996, Kim Fuller awoke to find her oldest and best friend, Carrie Hughes, standing at her bedside. The extraordinary thing about this was that Carrie had died 2 years earlier, but now she was back with a very important message for Kim. Kim and Carrie had been inseparable friends since childhood. They had grown up, married, and raised families living only a block apart. Kim thought of Carrie as being closer than a sister.
She was a lot of fun, she was witty, she had a real good sense of humor. She just was the type of person that would do anything for you.
And she proved what a good friend she was when Kim's father died at an early age.
Carrie had given me a red rose with a card on it, and it said, "Kim, I will always be here for you. Love, Carrie." That just touched me in a way that I can't even describe.
In 1991, at the age of 30, Carrie was diagnosed with a rare combination of pancreatic and liver cancer. And 2.5 years later, the disease took her life. Besides her grief-stricken best friend, she left behind a husband and 2 children.
It just really made me stop and think, here are these 2 wonderful, beautiful children that she loved and adored so much, and now, she's not there for them. And it was very hard for me as a mother to try to understand.
A month after Carrie's untimely death, Kim had a scare of her own.
And I noticed a small lump on my right breast about the size of a pea. And I went to work, and I was thinking about it all day.
Hi, Kim. I'm Dr. Thomas.
Hi, doctor.
Nice to meet
Because
you.
breast cancer ran in her family, Kim immediately sought medical advice.
The doctor examined me, and she said, "Oh, yeah, I feel it, but don't worry about it. It's just a fibroid cyst. All women have them."
6 months later, the lump still had not gone away. And at her annual exam, she again voiced her concerns.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 34.
And he said, "Well, you're too young. Don't worry about this cyst. You're too young to have a mammogram. Wait till you're 40. And I, of course, took his word.
In November of 1996, Kim realized that the lump had changed.
And I noticed the lump had gotten a lot larger. It was about the size of a $50, and it was real hard, and it didn't hurt. And I thought, oh no, this isn't right.
But Kim still did nothing because her physicians had reassured her she had nothing to worry about. And even her husband, Kevin, trusted the doctor's opinions.
I didn't encourage her to go and have it checked again. I should have, but because she had 2 doctors look at it already, you figure it's all right.
And then one night, Kim had an amazing experience that would change her life. Kevin was working late, and Kim had drifted off to sleep alone. The next thing she knew, someone was trying to wake her up.
There was a tapping at my shoulder. And I remember I looked up and I tried to focus.
It was her lifelong friend, Carrie.
She had this aura about her. It was like lights were coming from behind her shoulders and her head, and her exact words were, "You've been messing around with this lump for too long now. Do you want to end up like me?
Your kids are the same age as my kids were when I died. I mean it, get to the doctor."
And as quick as she came, she was gone.
Carrie? Carrie?
And I turned the light on, and I felt at that moment that there was 1,000 pounds lifted off of my shoulders. I just knew in my heart that she was my guardian angel.
When Kevin got home from his late shift that morning, Kim nervously told him about the message she'd received from Carrie.
She said she had this dream that Carrie I told her to quit messing around with this lump, to go and have it taken care of. Well, that's what she did.
Kim immediately tracked down a doctor who recommended she undergo a mammogram. The results of that test raised more questions than they answered. Dr. Gargelo explains.
You could easily see that she had some distortion in the outer portion of her right breast and also had some calcifications that were really rather suspicious.
The mammogram was soon followed by a biopsy, which confirmed Kim's deepest fear.
Kim, dear, I wish I had better news, but we did find cancer.
Oh my God.
And I just broke down and cried, and all I could think of was my kids. You know, there's my two wonderful, beautiful children, and what if I die?
Bone, liver, and brain scans revealed that the cancer had not spread. A lumpectomy was performed, along with the removal of 21 lymph nodes.
How you doing, Kim?
Good.
Good. I've got some very, very good news for you.
After the surgery, I asked my doctor what would have happened had I not had a mammogram till I was 40, and he said, I don't really want to have to tell you. And I said, you mean I would have been writing my death notice? And he kind of put his head like this, and he said, more than likely.
Hi there. Hi.
Since her surgery, Kim has been cancer-free for nearly 2 years.
How are you guys?
Because of Carrie, I'll always be here to see my children grow up. I just thank God every day that he sent her to be here with me, to protect me.
Kim's bond with Carrie has not been broken, even by death.
I truly believe that this was a miracle. Miracles happen every day, and this was my miracle.